Hello, Taurus. I had to think for a second there. Hello, Taurus. This is going to be your general tarot reading for June 2021. And Mercury is retrograde, so just to warn you in advance, I might choke on my words. I might say the wrong word. This always happens to me each time because my Mercury is in Virgo, which is a sign that it rules. And so I have a very mercurial Mercury, and whenever the planet Mercury goes retrograde, doesn't even matter on the sign at all. It always messes with my words. So I've got a couple weeks to go with it, and then it'll be done. So this reading is for you if you are a Taurus sun, rising, moon, or Venus. As always, this reading may or may not resonate for you. Certain parts of it may resonate with you strongly, other parts may not at all. The whole reading may not resonate at all, or the whole reading may be for you. So it's up to you to figure that out. And if for some reason it does not resonate this month, you may want to check out your other placements in your chart signs and see if any of those readings resonate for you more. So my throat is starting to feel a little funky or a little scratchy. I might be clearing my throat more than usual. Before I go to bed tonight, I'll probably gargle with salt water, and it'll probably kill off whatever is trying to develop. All right. If you would like to skip through this part and just go straight to the beginning of the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description box that you can click on, and it will take you straight to the reading. So, without further ado, let's pick out your 11 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. For your main cards this month, I am using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And for your clarifiers, I'm going to be using the Gaian Tarot. And I may possibly use the Enchanted Map Oracle for other clarifiers, but so far it hasn't really been that active this month. Oh gosh, what a surprising ending there. All right. Okay, I'm going to pick a clarifier. Oh, I'm holding the whole deck upside down. Okay. Just so you know, it is about to rain and it's thundering outside. So if you hear weird noises in the background, that's what that is. So your central experience for June 2021 is lovely you have the Two of Cups. And I pulled a clarifier to go with it, and you have the Nine of Water, which is also the Nine of Cups. The Two of Cups and the Nine of Cups together. Then this says you have had a wish granted with some kind of a relationship. It could be you received the person that you wished for, or you are now involved with the person that you wished to be involved with, or you wished for a relationship and one has started or is on its way to becoming something great. And if you have been in a relationship, it may be that you have wished for the two of you to spend more time together doing just relaxing, fun things, just enjoying yourselves together, maybe going out, doing something romantic, or just rekindling and re-nurturing the romance and love in the relationship. Either way, it's great. And this could also having a wish be granted about a business partnership, or about a friendship, or about being able to see someone that you haven't been able to see. Or just thanking your lucky stars that you are attracting in very good alliances and connections with people at this time, where the conversation flows, you enjoy each other's company, you feel at ease with others, you're attracting in really good new people. If you are attracting in new people, it just looks amazing. You may be able to work something out that you were concerned you would be able to work out with someone, and it looks like something has been resolved, or come up with harmony, finding harmony. Looks pretty amazing to me. And your challenge is the Seven of Cups. Your challenge might be that you are struggling with a little bit of doubt over whether or not this amazing wish granted connection is actually true or is going to stick around. Maybe you're perhaps worried that there is competition, or you may not always know which person to go with, or you're afraid that perhaps you made the wrong choice somehow, or it's going to turn out to be an illusion, or once you're in it, then it's like a fear of commitment, possibly, because this is a tattoo artist putting a tattoo on her. Maybe later on, maybe she's a little bit afraid that she's going to regret the tattoo that she's getting, or the choice that she made for the tattoo. This could be applied to relationships. Maybe you just entered a relationship and it's going great and you feel as though your wishes have been granted, but perhaps you're struggling with worries or fears that it's a fantasy, or that it's an illusion somehow, or you're fooling yourself, or that the person is an illusion. Or it may be that you are battling with a little bit of commitment jitters, because once you make that decision, it's made, and you want to make sure you are making the right choice. Or let me pick more on it. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups. But keep in mind, this is just a challenge. It's not stopping you. It's not saying that perhaps that is what's happening. It's just a challenge. Or you may be so sure of what you want one day, but the next day you've changed your mind. You are tempted to go with something different. So, I don't know. Let's see. The Sun. Oh, these are mixed up. These are all mixed up, so I'm just going to write it. Maybe your challenge is that you're afraid that your happiness is temporary, or that your happiness isn't going to stick around or be permanent, or whatever you are happy about is somehow not permanent. Or you're afraid of it being permanent. I'm getting more the former, though. And let's leave it at that. Let's move on and see if any more information comes out. So this could, I've got to throw it out there because I see it with some of the other cards in here. This could be somebody from your past you've been involved with before. Or this could be a former relationship where you both were temporarily separated and now you've come back together again. If that's the case, you may be struggling with a little bit of doubt or fears left over from things that have gone on between the two of you in the past. Maybe there was some questions about loyalty or questions about whether or not it seems like there's a fantasy element to this, which can be lovely if it's a real connection. Then the fantasy element to it adds extra spice or extra romance, but it might be that you are afraid that you are imagining things or making it out to be something more than what it is. Okay, the dog's freaking out, so I gotta pause it. I'll be right back. Hello there. It turns out it was actually my daughter showing up with my ex to pick up a package that I picked up for her. It's starting to get a little bit, it's getting dark outside, so the lighting in here might change slightly. Okay, I am kind of seeing something in here where you may be struggling with a little bit of worry or doubt on whether or not the person that you feel so lucky about cares about you as much as you care about them. Maybe it could just be a random fear that you have or an anxiety that you have. I feel as though for some reason you haven't had that conversation. Maybe you're choosing to keep your worries to yourself because you don't want to seem needy or insecure to them. Or it might just be something that you are processing with a friend. Somebody who's working on a tattoo of yours, or a hairdresser, or a friend, or somebody you know who's an artist that you can kind of, that can be a soundboard for you to kind of vent what you're thinking about to without having to necessarily leak out all of your personal innards when it comes to this relationship so soon. Or if this is someone from your past, you may have reconnected and you feel extremely good about it, but you may still need to let go of some leftover things from the past, or a worry that it's not going to work out this time, or that something is, I don't know. Or it could be writer's block or artist's block or musician's block or something like that, where you're waiting for inspiration to come to you on some kind of a project you're working on. And you may have originally started off completely inspired, knowing exactly what you're doing, and now you're just kind of at a weird little moment with it where you're letting ideas come. You're not really sure yet on what exact ideas you're going to go with for the next step of your creative project or whatever it is that you are creating. Okay, this is odd because this is what's helping you, and it's the 10 of Wands. This person is working with deadlines, and this person looks extremely overwhelmed by deadlines or things that she has to get done by a certain time. And she has colored pencils. So maybe you're an artist, or maybe you're a creative person, or maybe you're working on some kind of a commission for someone, or you have to produce something for someone by a certain time and it's crunch time. It could be saying that what is helping you is that you will meet your deadline or be close enough to it where it's not a big deal if you're a tiny bit late. Or it could be saying that what is helping you is to finally let down your burdens or to release your stress about having to be perfect. I don't know where that came from. Maybe you're battling with a little bit of too much perfection or perfectionism in this, where you need to be a little bit more organic or free-flowing or experimental with it instead of expecting so much of yourself to have it look exactly the way you want it to. Or to be exactly perfect, but it looks like perhaps you're realizing as what's helping you is you can no longer do that because it actually keeps you from being able to finish deadlines, or it keeps you you need to release some burdens. And what's helping you is to release burdens, possibly of expecting too much of yourself or being too much of a perfectionist, or even feeling as though others are expecting too much of you. Let's put it that way too. Maybe either you or other people or another is putting too many expectations on you, and you just can't humanly do it all. And you are realizing that you are no longer going to take this on anymore or accept it. And you are going to do things at the pace that you need to do them at, or in your own way. But let me get more on it. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands as what's helping you. It may just be that you recently met a deadline, or you're finally done with something, and so now you can actually relax instead of being so stressed out or so crunched or overwhelmed with things that you were doing before. It seems like that time period is over now, so now it's just releasing the leftover stress from it. And the good news, or what's helping you, is to finally be able to relax. Okay, tell me more about the Ten of Wands. Endings, deadlines. Something has finally passed, and that's what's helping you. You have Major Arcana Death with the Ten of Wands. So everything that I just said, this time of being stressed, of being under deadlines, of having expectations put on you or putting them on yourself, or feeling as though you have to be perfect, or just feeling overwhelmed, is over now, and you can relax. This cycle has ended. You are no longer in that space. You are no longer doing that. And so what is helping you is to heal, is to relax, rest, and transform and allow things to change, and to accept, to be relieved that this is over now. And this could also have to do with carrying other people's burdens for them too, which you are not willing on doing anymore, and you shouldn't be doing that anymore. No one should be carrying another person's burdens. That is theirs to carry, not yours. Except for those very rare, small percentage incidences where it really is necessary to carry someone else's burden. That does happen from time to time, where we do have to do that. But, or if you were carrying other people's burdens for them, you are no longer doing that now, as in they don't need you to do that anymore. And some kind of situation has been resolved where you don't have to carry those burdens anymore. So, or you are finally releasing the burden of fear of endings. Why am I shuffling? Oh, yeah. Okay. Down in your instincts, at the root of your reading, is the Emperor. I like this version of the Emperor. This version of the Emperor feels good, feels like a really kind, decent businessman, or a patriarch that is benevolent, a very benevolent patriarch. Notice he has a framed picture of his family in the background. He has family values. He loves his family. He's extending his hand. He's friendly. He's welcoming. He seems very genuine, like this is not an act that he's putting on in order to charm clients, customers, whatever, or business associates. This actually is him. What you see is what you get with this Emperor. He's a very solid, practical, grounded, earthy person that provides for his family, prides himself on being productive, and he possibly is a ethical businessman or an ethical business person that does not cheat for money, or he's very good in how he conducts his business and how he's very legit. Let's put it that way. This could be you. This could be someone you have met. This could be someone that is helping you with something. Maybe you need guidance with something, or you need some assistance or some information, or this is somebody that you are hiring to help you with something. You picked a really good person to do this. And this may even be a friend of the family, like a friend of somebody that people that you know. And so it's through word of mouth on the best person to go to. And it turns out that they have that reputation for a very good reason. They have a very good reputation. Let's put it that way. This can also be where you want to be, or where you are now, or what you want to focus on. This could also be an archetype that you want to bring into your life. So let's look at the clarifier. So with the Emperor, there's Major Arcana Temperance. So yeah, with any written agreements, with any shaking of hands on something, with any business agreements or decisions made or alliances made or connections made or anything, be temperate with it. Don't go to extremes. And this can also be an aspect of yourself that you are cultivating at this time that you feel very drawn to do, which is to be that calm, positive, blending of extremes, to be, it's a very charming energy here, or a very spiritual energy here too. This seems like a very spiritual man, even though he seems very practical and materially based, or he is spiritually based and material based. He's able to provide, he's able to conduct business in a really good way where he thrives and his family thrives. And there is also a spiritual balance here of temperament. He's very charming for people because he's so easygoing, or so easy to get along with. And concerning any kind of business agreements, don't go to extremes, and make sure that you pick people to deal with that are calm in nature, or fit all of the things that I just said, or mirror that energy to you. Same thing with you and how you conduct your business. It's important to make good first impressions. It's good to keep your cool. It's good to focus on the positive, and also believe in your guides or divine connections to kind of help you along with luck, because this is a Major Arcana card ruled by Sagittarius, which rules luck. So by carrying out everything that I just said, you will attract the most luck. And recently, looks like you have made a major decision about a relationship. Maybe you chose to enter a relationship, or to make a friendship become a relationship. Maybe I'm getting less of this, but I suppose it could be deciding to separate or deciding to reunite, possibly with someone from your past, or that you have a history with, or that you've known for a long time. This could even be a long-term friend that you've had, where you actually have realized mutually that you actually have feelings for each other that aren't just friendship. And so it's like a late bloomer kind of a love where you weren't really sure what that was, but it seems as though I'm getting that you have recognized some kind of a connection, or you've recognized what choice you need to make. I don't see you as having been very torn about your decision. It seems like your feelings on something are very sure. So the choice is not hard to make. You have chosen to follow your bliss. You've chosen to cultivate what makes you happy. You maybe have been wishing or hoping or just having good positive thoughts about a connection that you have with someone, where you have high hopes for this connection, or you feel very strongly about this person. I'm just noticing now that in the background there's a couple kissing, but it looks like there's a third party. It looks like there's someone else who had feelings for that woman and is trying to get them back, or wants to stop this connection from continuing because they are heartbroken or upset. I don't know if some of you or one of you is involved in a situation where someone has an ex that still wants to be with the person that you're with now, or where there's not that they're actively in a third party. It's not that you are with someone else or they are with someone else, but there's still someone attached to your person or attached to you that is almost is just heartbroken and may possibly try to, those wedding movies, or whether it's a comedy or a romantic rom-com movie at a wedding, where they say, if anyone objects to this wedding, now's your time to speak. Otherwise, forever hold your peace. And there's always this ex or a person who's secretly in love with that person who speaks up and says, I love you, be with me instead. Or I'm kind of getting that feeling here. So I don't know if you're concerned about whether or not the person you're with is going to go back to an ex, or maybe you're back with a childhood sweetheart that you haven't seen in decades or in years, and they were in a previous relationship that they have gotten out of, and so there might still be ties, possibly with children, from a past relationship of theirs where they have to co-parent, or they have mutual children that connect them still. I don't know, maybe their child has a college graduation and so the ex is there. And I don't know, I'm not getting that there is a threat at all. I'm just getting that somehow this is worrying you or making you wonder, or you're wondering if you're doing the right thing by getting together with them, because you also may not want to hurt the third party or the person from the past. It's tricky, but really you've decided to go after what you love, or to cultivate what you love, no matter what. So your best possible outcome is the Six of Cups. This is one of the reasons on why I've been bringing up somebody from the past and some kind of a reunion. Feel like, or it could be someone that reminds you of the past, of sentimental, heartfelt times from the past, or reminds you of somebody you used to know in the past, or you're just feeling really sentimental and heartfelt and warm these days as your best possible outcome. You may want to, your best possible outcome may be that you are making new happy memories that you will remember for years to come. Or that there's a soulmate involved in this, or a soulmate connection. I mean, you've probably heard me say this before if you've watched me for a long time, But any tarot card reading, if the Two of Cups and the Lovers come up together in the same reading, it's like a soulmate relationship, a twin flame relationship, or a very significant, deeply felt connection between two people that is genuine and reciprocal. And so if this is a relationship, whether it's one that you're already in or somebody you are getting to know that you may start a physical relationship with, it feels like there are very deep feelings involved here, and it seems extremely significant. And it feels like you have known them before, or they feel very familiar to you. They're kindred spirits or soulmates. Or they remind you of innocent times from the past. So I'm also seeing you creating some kind of a treasured memory for someone, whether it's hosting a party for someone, a surprise party for someone, hosting a get-together for your child so they can be around their little friends. Notice it's a mother who is playing hostess to these little girls so that they're laughing, they're playing, they're telling stories, there's companionship, there's a happy little dog, and she just is realizing the preciousness of this moment, or she deliberately set out to create something that those kids would remember for forever and that she would be able to remember for forever, to do the little sweet things, to create happy memories, not just to remember ones that have already passed. So let me pick one more. He seems like he's pretty much staying still, so we'll see how this goes with the cat. Tell me more about the Six of Cups as their best possible outcome. And maybe you decide to return to a place that you haven't been to in a long time, or a treasured, happy place that you go back to from time to time that brings back happy memories for you to go visit, or people that you remember from when you were a child or very young that are still around that you would like to see again or reconnect with. Or this could be a childhood sweetheart coming back, or that you have miraculously somehow stumbled across, or a soulmate relationship that feels like a sweetheart. Okay. For their peace of mind, there's a lot of cuteness as your best possible outcome. I don't really know any other way to put it. It's very cozy, it's very cute, it's very sweetheartish. I don't know how else to put it. That energy is your best possible outcome. That's super cute, you guys. Okay, Raven, that's enough. So here we go. Coming up for you in the near future, it looks like you are a winner. You have won. You have succeeded. You have achieved what you set out to do. You feel awesome. You have possibly jumped through hoops, done the work, made an effort, jumped over barriers in the way, and you did not give up on your goal or give up on what you were trying to do. It looks like you have done it. You will be successful in the future with whatever you set out to do. This could be even winning someone's affections or winning the outcome that you wanted. That's awesome, you guys. This could also be recognition by others of your talents and lots of people cheering you on. So you right now look really mischievous and adventurous and reckless. These little boys are cracking me up. The Page of Wands. This could be a child in your life. This could be your child, but I'm more getting that this is your inner child. Your inner child is off the charts this month with mischievousness or like playfulness or flirtiness or just willing to do whatever you feel drawn to do. He looks like he's doing something on a dare. Like these two little boys in the background have dared him to do something, and he's being brave and he's doing it. It looks like a lot of fun, but there might be an element to you this month that is up to no good, but in a playful, cute way, rather than in a seriously dangerous sort of a way. So have adventures, have fun, be mischievous if you feel drawn to be that way. Be playful if you want to. You might be even arranging something for kids in your life, whether it's your children or nephews or nieces or kids you work with. This almost looks like this could be a middle of the night scavenger hunt too, like or it could be a quest to find buried treasure. It could be so many things. Children have so much imagination. It looks like fun. You might want to go camping or do some kind of fun thing at night that's outdoors if you can. I don't know. Looks great. And if you do have a child that is very mischievous and active and adventurous, they're doing great. They're doing great. And that's just their nature and their character. There's nothing wrong with being mischievous or adventurous or just super active. Okay, it's really funny. So in your surroundings, there's the Three of Pentacles. This looks like growth of money, growth of advancement with possibly a job or a career, contacts, networking, meeting new people in the field that you're in or that are involved in what you do, or can give you some tips or information you need. I don't know why, but I'm getting something about inventing something that doesn't exist already, or taking different elements from different things and creating something new out of them that doesn't exist. Or this could be wanting to go to an amusement park. Maybe you haven't been to an amusement park in forever. Maybe you want to go ride on a Ferris wheel or a roller coaster, or to be part of some kind of strange fun event. You know those parks where you get to do like the water rides when you're in little boats, you know, or you get to go down a waterfall in boats. Something fun. And you have the extra money this month to be able to do something fun, it seems like. You may want to try something that you've always wanted to try, whether it's riding in a hot air balloon, or skydiving, or paragliding, or going to an amusement park, maybe even getting something about those active theater groups where you get to solve a mystery inside of a haunted mansion as if it's actually happening, or something like that. Some kind of fun game. But money is growing enough where you have a little bit extra to do something fun, no matter what that is. Or you're turning something fun into a way of making money, or you make money by doing something that you consider really fun. I'm also getting something about like a marine biologist or a scientist that gets to work on the ground, you know, not a expert that is tucked away behind a computer in an office somewhere, but the one that's on the ground actually experiencing things. Something fun. Maybe it's rehabilitating a pond that has become polluted. Or rehabilitating something in the environment so that there's more health with species. I'm looking at these birds and this little frog that's leaping into the water, and also the fact that the water looks a little dirty to me. Something that you can feel good about. Okay, your hope is for a brand new, passionate, physical beginning. Geez, you guys, you seem really hung up on this person that you are interested in or have gotten involved with. Maybe you're still waiting for the relationship to become physical, or this can not even have to do with relationships. This is following your passion, starting to and beginning to follow your passion or act on your passion. Whatever that passion might be. Could be for a form of creativity. It could be for a goal. It could be for something you want to do that you've always wanted to do, or a place you've always wanted to go to. Something you have always wanted to do, and I see you starting it as your hope. Your hope is that you will start it, or it will start, or it will make itself evident if you have been confused on what your options are, or what you can do, or what you want to do even, and figuring out what you want. It seems as though your hope is that you will figure it out and you will know exactly what you need to do, or what the first step is, or how to initiate something, or how to make it happen. This is odd. Your general outcome is the Three of Blades. And behind her is a picture of her with a man from the past, I'm assuming. Maybe this is an ex that she's crying over. Or she's crying over her relationship, something going on in the relationship. She is highly, either regretful over something she has done, or there's a lot of loss there and sadness and grief, or a possible heartbreak. I need to look more into this to figure out what is going on here. This could be somebody's ex, but I don't see why somebody's ex or your ex would show up as your outcome. From here, tell me more about the Three of Blades. As their general outcome. By the way, you guys, my cat is a Taurus. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that. My dog, which if you remember him from a couple of years back, or if you're new here to the channel, he sounds huge. His bark is so loud, but he's actually a little wiener dog, believe it or not. He's part terrier, part wiener dog, and my dog is an Aries, go figure. And then my cat is a Taurus, which is why he always wants to rub himself on me and cuddle up to me, or like lie in the middle of the cards. He's very chill. He's a super chill cat. I just don't know what it is about me doing readings up here that always makes him want to mess with me. But this could be over a person. God, I hate readings where it ends on a bad note like that, like somehow maybe you were right and it is an illusion, or it's not what you thought, or the person doesn't care about you as much as you thought they did, but it doesn't have to be that. I suppose for a small percentage of you, or even for one person, that might end up being the case. But it seems, if that is the case, if someone from the past has disappointed you, you thought there was a chance for you two to come back together, and it just didn't happen. Maybe it confused you because you temporarily physically got involved with them again, and so it got your hopes up that maybe you guys would be able to work it out or stick together, but it may have fallen apart. If that is the case for someone watching, it looks like there is someone right in front of you that would be a much better choice for you to go with. Someone that you know, possibly, or someone that you meet around that time who actually is the person that you're meant to be with, or your next person. And so there might be something, you might have been holding on to something from the past thinking it could work out, when actually you're supposed to go with something new, or something that is right in front of your face that would treat you so much better than that. That aside, this could be sadness over a Leo or a fire sign you know. Let me get more information. This could be unrelated to relationships, actually. This could be somebody in the family getting sick, or like a grandparent, or somebody in the family dealing with a difficult medical situation that makes you incredibly worried or afraid for them or sad. Or this could be a child with some kind of medical condition or some kind of something that makes them a little bit different or is going to be a lifelong thing. I'm just looking at, okay, I'm looking at this family. It's two parents, a child. Together, it's a family. And I see a doctor. And I see a man who is running a marathon that is blind, who has a seeing eye dog. I love this deck, by the way, because it has people that are different, or it has all different kinds of people in it. Even people that are physically challenged or have medical things going on. It might be, for someone watching, you may realize that a child of yours or someone in the family or someone that you care a lot about has some kind of a medical condition that can't be corrected all the way. And this is making, it might be a shocking thing where you just didn't realize it. But with the Six of Blades in here, which is peace of mind and resolution of conflict, and because of the Queen of Blades, it could very well be something that is correctable, or it could be something that is easily managed or can be managed, or could be adjusted, where it's not going to stop them from being able to live their life or to enjoy their life or to experience anything that other people where they can experience life just the same as other people, maybe a little bit differently, but it's not going to stop them from being able to do the things that they want to do. It might be something like that. Or this could be for you. Maybe you become aware or get diagnosed with something that is going to be something that you deal with from here on out. But if it came as a shock to you, or you're afraid that you're dying, or you're afraid that you won't be able to make it or do the things you want to do, I don't see that. I see that things can be adjusted, things can work out, or it can be managed. It just might take some extra steps on your part, or a sense of practicing something long term in order to adjust it. Like, for instance, I have epilepsy. I'm epileptic. I've been epileptic since I was 6 months old, and I'm 44 now. So it is something I have had to deal with my entire life. It is manageable without meds. It does not stop me from being able to do anything that I want to do. But I do have to deal with it. I do have seizures. I do have experiences that can mess with me, that I have to put up with and deal with, but it's manageable. I can do it. It's not a big deal. Also, my daughter, her left eye is blind. She has a optic nerve hypoplasia, which is incorrectable in her left eye. I found out about it for the first time when she was a year old, when she was 12 months old, because we thought she had a lazy eye. One of her eyes was slower and moved in different directions than the other. I thought it was going to be a lazy eye or something like that. But it turned out she is blind in her left eye, and it's a lifelong condition. It's uncorrectable. But the eye specialist that I went to back then told me straight up, they said there are famous athletes that have this, that where it doesn't stop them from being top athletes. It won't stop her from being able to drive a car. It won't stop her from being able to do anything that other people can do. It's manageable. It's not the worst that it could be. So it might be something like that. You know, there might be somebody in here who has developed something all of a sudden, or you become aware of it now. or it gets diagnosed now, or something like that. But, obviously, when that doctor told me that my daughter's left eye was blind, I cried in the doctor's office because it was a shock. I was not expecting that. And that is when I was crying in the office, is when the doctor kindly but clearly told me, I know you're upset, I know it's a shock, but it's not going to stop your child from being able to do what she wants to do in life. So it could be way worse, and it's manageable, or it's doable. At least she was born that way, and it's not one of those things where you lose sight in one eye when you're in the middle of your life, when you're used to having two working eyes. She doesn't know any different, so it doesn't affect her the way that it does for people who it's happened to later on in life. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you got diagnosed as having lupus or some random thing, or chronic fatigue, or any number of things. There might be a way to adjust it where it's going to change how you treat your body. Like if you have Graves' disease, okay, this is a hypothetical analogy, you guys. If you had Graves' disease and you recently finally had this diagnosed or figured out, or it suddenly developed randomly out of the blue when you didn't have that before, it's an autoimmune disorder, but it does not kill people. You're not going to die from it. And there is a way to adjust the diet, adjust the things that you eat, how you take care of your body, where it does not activate it and can kind of subdue it, where your symptoms, if you have any, are very small rather than huge. So there might be something in here about a new method, or a new practice, or a new regimen, or a new way of treating your body, or a new way of dealing with yourself where you can cope. For me, with my epilepsy, my biggest triggers are stress and lack of sleep. And so the way I avoid having seizures is by keeping myself as stress-free as possible, and by sleeping enough, which sometimes is not doable all the time 24/7 for years. Sometimes there's sleep deprivation, there's things that go on. You get stressed out or whatever, and then you have more seizures than usual. But whatever this is, it's doable, or it's adjustable, and it's not as bad as perhaps you're fearing. But also, I'm not telling you not to grieve either. Like, obviously, feel your feelings over whatever this is. But it may not be as bad as you think, and it can be dealt with. So, this could also be someone's ex. This could be your ex that is upset. Or you could be upset over an ex or something like that. But I don't know. Okay, hopefully that made sense or helped in some way. And I will see you guys later. Take care. Okay, bye.